Halsey tries to expose her record label, but fails epically. Now, on this channel, you know that I do my best to give you the business and craftsmanship of entertainment. And I always strive to let you guys know about how record labels are exploiting, artists, and how in this new era, you really don't need a record label to thrive. But what happened with Halsey here is very interesting. So let me play the video. Here we go. So there's music in there, but as you can see, she's complaining about her record label forcing her to create TikToks. And she's kind of like trying to expose them. And in the comment section, somebody was like, well, because this TikTok got like 8 million views, over 8 million views. And somebody goes, well, this is the TikTok that they were asking for. To which she responded, and I want to quote her correctly, so give me a moment. Let me quickly pull it up. Ooh, gotta turn that off. To which she responded, bruh, I wish it was, haha. They just said I have to post TikToks. They didn't specifically say about what. So here I am. And the funny thing is, like, she posted another TikTok right after this, also got like 4.8 million views, and she literally has what I presume is a label executive explaining to her about what kind of TikToks she should post, or like the TikTok strategy or whatever. And she's not getting a lot of sympathy from her fans. She's not getting a lot of sympathy from people, because it's like I guess people are getting tired of hearing musicians complain about their labels exploiting them, because they always do this like ploy. They always do this thing to like get, the fans on their side rooting for them. But it's like, dude, like, this is not our business. It's not our problem. We are like the consumer. We came to be entertained. If you didn't sort out your business, like strategically, if you weren't smart enough, why do you have to impose like the logistics and the nuances of your business to us to ask us to save you? We're not going to save you. We can't save you. We can't do anything. Why do you keep coming to us trying to expose your label? Why do you keep doing that? Sort yourself out. And I love the response to that, because I feel like I'm so tired of hearing about musicians that are all looking for handouts and looking for sympathy, when like, just sort your stuff out. It's if you don't have good business acumen, that's your fault. We're in the information era. All the information is out there in the public. Why don't you have good business acumen? Why didn't you secure your funding? Why don't you have ownership of when and how you release your music? Now, what I saw was BuzzFeed. They put an article about this TikTok trend, which is so funny. TikTok trend of celebrities that are exposing their labels. I need to find this. Just hold on. I had it pulled up, but okay. There we go. TikTok trend. Oh, come on. It's not gonna. It's being funny. All right, I'll just like. I'll show you a clip. Something's wrong with the screen, but you can see it. Yeah, so this TikTok trend of BuzzFeed talking about artists are complaining about their record labels forcing them to make TikToks, but that's nothing new. So there's this list of, obviously, Halsey, all these like artists. Some of these people I don't even know. Duran apparently, FK Twigs, just a bunch of celebrities complaining about their labels forcing them to make TikToks. All right, let's get back to it. And to me, I just kind of feel like, and I watched this video from this like music specialist, a music marketing specialist, and he talked about this, and he talked about how in every generation of music, or every era, there is a marketing tool, like a marketing hack that works, that pushes you out, that gives you the maximizes your publicity. And right now it's TikTok. So this is what the labels need to do to know that they need to see these metrics to know that if they release music with you, it's going to be great. Now, yes, it's one thing to be annoyed being forced to do something by a record label, and I understand that. Like, I don't want anyone telling me what to do. That's why I chose entrepreneurship, you know? So I get it. Being forced to do something, that sucks. But even if you were an artist that wasn't signed to a label, you would have to create TikToks. In fact, you have to create TikTok to be relevant as a musician. So this is like a situation where we're talking about being obsolete versus being established. And it's like, sure, Halsey has a great track record, but she's not relevant today. She's not relevant right now. I don't remember the last hit that she had, you know. And so the record label needs to do everything they can to make sure, if we're going to spend money promoting your music and it costs like $200,000-$300,000 to push a single and to put all the tools together, we're going to spend money doing that. We want to know we're going to get a good ROI. And we don't know that unless we see your TikToks. And TikTok is the fastest way to do it. And she was able to achieve that by getting 8.4 or something like that million views. But she did that, and she pissed off the label. Those 8 million views, that publicity, that's going to piss off the label. Then her recording the executive talking about the strategy, that's going to piss off the label. Now, you're not in a position to piss off your label when they're the ones that control your destiny and your future. They can punish her for that. So it's not, I think my main point is, you're going to need good business acumen, whether you're an independent artist or you're a label artist. And what Halsey is doing right now is showing that she lacks business acumen. So she can sit there and complain that she doesn't want to make TikToks. First of all, you're coming from a place of privilege, that you don't have to make TikToks to be, because you came from an era before TikTok. You've been able to be extremely successful, but success yesterday doesn't mean anything today necessarily. Not necessarily. And her success was not iconic of like a Rihanna. Yes, she has incredible streams, and she's a musical artist, but she's not a popular celebrity. She's like a Bruno Mars or a Jason Derulo. Yeah, we know you have hits, but you're not iconic. You're not someone that the public really cares about like that, and that's really the truth. So like, my thing is, like, Rihanna, we'll wait 5 years for Rihanna to make music, or 10 years, or however long, and we're still gonna show up. But even in that case, people don't always show up. Look what happened to Justin Timberlake, and I made a video about him. He waited too long and he got obsolete. Then he tried to come out, I can't remember, like a couple years ago, he had like a whole single, and it didn't do well because nobody wanted that kind of music. You've been gone for too long. You're irrelevant now. You know what I mean? So, and Halsey doesn't even have the kind of fame that Justin Timberlake had. She doesn't have what Rihanna has. So it's like, yeah, we get you have all these like success stories, but if you want the label, or if you want people if you want your single to succeed, you're going to have to play by the rules. And you're going to have to do what it takes to get that success. And I keep saying this time and time again, in 2022, there is no room for an artist to only be an artist. You must be entrepreneurial if you're going to succeed in 2022. And I say this because TikTok is the most lucrative music marketing tool right now. TikTok will determine if your song becomes a number one or a overly streamed song. TikTok determines the popularity of your music in 2022. And if you don't use that tool to make your music popular, well, you are obsolete. Now, obviously, there are going to be artists like Adele that don't need to do that because her music just doesn't tap into a TikTok type of audience. And can I just really add the fact that TikTok has not been about just dancing and, dance trends and all this stuff since like for 2 years, and TikTok's fastest growing audience. Don't quote me on this, but I know that it's like, I think it's around the over 40 demographic, the fastest growing audience, but it's an older audience. In fact, the kind of content that I make, the fact that that gets a lot of views on TikTok shows you that I don't have 18-year-olds watching my stuff. And actually, sometimes I do have like 11-year-olds and young kids watching, and I get so surprised by it. But for the most part, I have an older audience watching my stuff, right? 25 to 34 is my biggest audience. And so, and it gets older, but also I get some 18 to 24 as well. But I think my point is, Halsey's demographic is on TikTok. So her assuming that it's this latest trend and I need to ignore it, that's not a smart decision. And it actually reminds me of how people like Jay-Z decided that they didn't want to join social media, and people from his era, eventually all the celebrities had to come and join social media because it was extremely important for their relevance. But even Jay-Z, he still needed to open was it an Instagram account that he opened when he was trying to, or was it, I can't remember, Twitter or something. He opened an Instagram account, yeah, because he was trying to promote a movie, which proves that you still need social media for marketing. So when it comes to that, if you're not willing to do what it takes to market your music for it to be the best that it can be, then I don't know what to tell you. And you cannot compare Halsey to Adele. Adele can afford not to do that because she's Adele. Literally, the only people that are on that have that layer of level of respect are the Beyoncés, are the Rihannas, the Adeles, the Justin Biebers. They don't have to join TikTok, but guess what? It's not going to last for long. Adele, in the next 3-4 years, the fact that I don't think that Adele is going to be as big of an artist in her when she releases her next album, that's in like 3-4 years. If she waits another 5 years, forget it. They can hype her all they want, forget it. I feel like she's had her last, crack at it. Because ultimately when it comes to consumers and consumer behavior, consumers tend to skew younger. The people that have the most purchasing power, or the people that purchase the most consumer purchasing power, are younger. And so people that are listening to Adele, probably right now 30 and over, maybe she's caught some people that are 25, 30 and over right now, in 4 years, they're going to be 34 and over. And they're not thinking about listening to music or buying albums. Some of them are the younger end of the spectrum, but the older ends are not going to be thinking about that. What they're going to be thinking about is buying homes and doing whatever. And the only way for Adele to maintain her relevancy is to continue to tap into the pain points of her demographic. And that's how she's been able to succeed, right? She's used sort of emotional intelligence as a marketing tool to penetrate to her audience. And maybe she could stay relevant because of that. Maybe she could. But my thing is, she's still using very lucrative marketing tactics, which are unique to her. She's designed her own marketing tactic and she's using that to stay relevant. So don't compare yourself to Adele when you're not giving the same strategies, and you couldn't give the same strategies that Adele is giving. So Halsey is a very generic artist. Halsey has to play by the rules. Halsey has to do the TikToks, whether she's independent or not. So I don't think this is a question about, oh, it's so annoying that my label controls me. Oh, I want to be independent. I don't think that's what this conversation is about. I think the conversation is about being obsolete versus being with the times. And it's about not missing out on the opportunities that are available to you right now. Because if you don't pay attention to the ecosystem, the landscape of the internet right now, and you don't continue to adapt as the new things come. You need to be an early adopter, especially as an entrepreneur. You need to do that so that as the evolution comes, not only are you prepared and able, you're already succeeding in that marketplace. Because if you don't do that, then you become obsolete. And labels just follow the business. Labels just follow social media. So the idea that like you don't need a label and you're going to do whatever you want, well, you're not going to necessarily be successful. You can not have a record label, but you still have to implement the same marketing tools, the same systems, the same everything as a record label. And the difference here is that you have the ownership and you have the control of when you can and can't release your stuff. But it doesn't excuse you or let you get off on implementing the important marketing tools that you need. Long story short, my point here is, Halsey, stop crying, stop whining on social media, and stop pissing off the people. Stop biting the hand that feeds you. Because if they want to, they can cancel you. They can prevent you from releasing, because you tried to expose them to the world, they could prevent you from releasing music for the next 2 years because they own you. So is that a smart move? Absolutely not. So you're going to have to go behind the scenes, back to your label, and beg them not to mistreat you, because let's be real, you're not relevant anymore. There are new people that have come that the audiences are more excited about. So why should they put you on when you're trying to expose them on social media? Come on. It's not smart. Don't bite the hand that feeds you. Anyway, those are my thoughts. Let me know your thoughts. Leave a comment down below. Don't forget to like, follow, subscribe, all the above. My name is Kenem, and see you next time. A peace. End stream.